You might want to mute just until we start, whoever is on.
We will start the meeting once we have quorum. So please bear with us.
Hello?
We are waiting for quorum. We do not have quorum as of yet. So once we do, we will start the meeting.
Sid, I'm here. Robin.
Thank you, Robin. Sending a note to Cindy and Walvis to see if they can join us.
Peter Angel had mentioned he would be joining us a little late.
Waldis will be joining us in 5 minutes.
Hey guys, what this on?
Welcome, Waldis. We're still waiting for another member to make it 6.
All right, sounds good.
You're right. Who did you say was going to join us later on?
Waldis, pardon, not Waldis. Angel had emailed earlier that he would be attending, but he might be a little late in one of his emails.
Okay, so let me send a note to Leo then. Chanel, I do not have Leo's phone number. Will you be so kind either to send me his cell number or please send him a text to see if he's going to join us?
Okay.
Just received a note from Cindy that she's going to join us very shortly. Once we get one member, we will definitely be able to start the meeting. Cindy is already on board. So we have Cindy, Robin, Marielle, Gerard, myself. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have quorum. And at 6:45 on this Wednesday, March the 10th, I'm calling this meeting to order. With quorum, Isidro Medina presiding over the meeting. Welcome, everyone. Let me just allow the person doing the translation services to please welcome everyone. At the same time, please give them guidance to mute themselves up. And if they have any questions, to please direct those questions to the translating services.
Okay.
Please do that.
Yes. Bienvenidos a todos. Si tienen preguntas. I'm sorry. Did you say they have to mute?
They should mute.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, they should mute. But if they have any questions, they should ask you about what's going on, and then you yourself can ask those questions.
Oh, I see. So I'm actually not doing a translation of every word you're saying as you're saying it, only if people have questions. Is that?
No, you should give them a synopsis as to what's going on. And do ask, because if they understand what's going on, then, your service will be limited. So check with them first, take your time.
Who am I exactly doing my services for?
I'm sorry?
Who am I directing my services towards?
This is the Community Board 12 in New York City.
Okay. Yes. No, but like, is there a certain person on this screen? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't know who's out there. I see attendees. They might be able to understand what we're saying, but every now and then you should interject and ask if there are any questions in case people are not understanding what's going on.
Okay, great. So, si la gente que están asistiendo a la reunión esta noche pueden cancelar el audio, pero si tienen preguntas, por favor, pregúnteme y yo puedo darle una explicación, un resumen de lo que están diciendo.
Excellent. Very well. So first, welcome everyone to this licensing committee. We're going to proceed with introductions of the committee members, followed by the NYPD, followed by board members and all elected officials or representatives. At this time, our committee members, please introduce yourselves.
Rod Dangle, Assistant Chair, License Committee.
Robin Cruz.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Marielle Ali, committee member.
Hi, Cindy Matos. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Waldis Cruz.
Very well. Thank you so much, committee members. I will now take this opportunity to introduce our fellow officers from our precinct, starting with the 33rd precinct.
Hi, good evening. Good to see everyone. It's Officer Brown from the 33rd precinct. I'm here with my partner, Officer Farley.
Hi.
Welcome on board, Officer Brown and Farley from the 33rd precinct. Welcome on board. I would now like to recognize the president of the 34th precinct.
How you doing, everyone? This is Lieutenant Taveras and Officer Aim from the 3-4. Good evening.
Welcome, officers. I see now that we do have one board member, and at this point, I would like Gabriela to please introduce herself as a board member.
Thank you, Isidro. I was having some problem with the microphone. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Gabriela Estrella, a board member of this community, Board 12. I see no elected officials on board, nor do I see any representatives on board. Having said that, let me start by thanking once again the staff members from our community board that go the extra mile to make sure that we have all documentations in place so that we can make a proper decision on these applicants. And also for keeping the line of communication between two precincts that we have in the area, and making sure that we have the NYPD presence so that we can understand what's going on with particular candidates and applicants. Having said that, let me just say quickly that, as you probably know, there has been a an agreement with the governor's office where restaurants are going to be allowed to open up at 50% capacity. That is really good news for struggling restaurant industry. And that's going to start on Friday, March the 19th. So I think that we are moving the right path for everyone. We should be cautious and follow the proper guidelines to make sure that we stop this very insidious and invisible virus. Having said that, let's proceed on how we're going to run this meeting. As you probably know by now, most of you that are very familiar with how we handle the committee, we're going to listen from every applicant. After the applicant speaks, we're going to allow the NYPD to render an opinion on the matter. We're going to open up also the floor for residents so that we can hear about particular concerns. After which, listen to all three parties, the committee is going to meet and come to a meet of the mind, as they say in your state, and we'll render a decision. All right. Having said that, let's make sure that we understand who's going to do what within the committee. First of all, I will take charge of the resolution writing and also the minutes. I'll take the minutes and the resolution. So there'll be no assigning anyone to do the minutes and all resolutions. We do need someone to keep track of minutes. We're going to assign 2 minutes for all attendees that are not the businesses and or what NYPD. I'm referring to the residents and any members that would like to speak on behalf of a particular agenda item. Having said that, we will also need to have a roll call. You're right. When we start in a few seconds, please do have a roll call every single resident to see if they're here or not. And we'll definitely see and proceed with the agenda as is. Before I continue, I'd like to ask everyone if you have any question on how we're going to proceed. Seeing no question, I think Gerard and the rest of the committee members, we are ready to roll.
May I do the minutes, please?
You're gonna do the minutes, Rob?
Yes.
So Rob, I will send you the templates and you will do the minutes. Go, Rob. Nice, thank you, Rob. Very well. Gerard, please proceed with roll call.
Sure. So we're going to start under item 1 has been withdrawn, Isidro, so we will not be speaking to item 1. And this is under on-premise liquor license renewals. Item 2, AC Weirton 137 LLC DBA Penny Joe's, located at 3898 Broadway. Are you present? All right, one more time. AC Weirton 137.
Yes, present.
Great, welcome. Next on the agenda, roll call would be item 3. It's under State Liquor Authority Class Change. It's Taco Inn Corp. DBA Taco Inn Taqueria.
I'm sorry, Gerard. So we have a withdrawal on agenda item number 1, right?
Correct, yes.
And agenda item number 2?
He's here. Item 2 is AC Weirton 137.
Okay, very well. Please proceed.
Sure. And next is item 3, and that's under Class Change. It's Taco Inn Corp. DBA Taco Inn Taqueria. Are you present?
Yes, I am present.
Okay, welcome. We'll come back. Next on the agenda roll call is item 4, State Liquor Authority. It's alteration. This is for Taco Inn Corp. DBA Taco Inn Taqueria. Same, you'd be doing the same one?
Yes,
Great. Welcome again.
thank you.
Sure. Next item 5 is under new licenses. It's on premise. It's Buddha Corp. 1654A St. Nick Avenue. It's at the corner of West 193rd Street. Are you present, Buddha Corp?
We're here.
Great, welcome. And last is item 6, Restaurant Wine. It's Fusion Eatery, Inc., 3805 10th Avenue. It's at the corner of West 204th. Are you present?
We're withdrawing Fusion.
Withdrawing, yes? Is that, you're withdrawing?
Yes,
Are you representing them?
yes.
Okay, so they are withdrawn. All right, that's roll call. So
Thank you so much, Gerard. for your assistance as always. Very well, let's start with agenda item number 2, right?
Right. That's AC Weirton, 137 LLC, DBA Penny Joe's, 3898 Broadway, store number 1. It's at the corner of West 163rd Street.
Thank you, Gerard. So what I see from the record that we have accumulated from the staff members, they do have a complete application. This is with the purview of 33rd precinct. The last time that they came on board, that was back in 2017. There was no objection by either the committee and all the community board. The last time that this applicant received a health inspection, they received an A, so congratulations. This is again a renewal. Having said that, do we have a representative? And if so, please identify yourself for the record.
This is Andrew Costelli, owner-operator of Penny Joe's.
Angel Bustali. And you are the operator, right?
I'm the owner-operator, yes.
Very well. Quickly, would like to tell us a little bit about your establishment before we proceed to the precinct, please.
Which year, the first one or the second?
I'm sorry?
I said which year, the first one or the second? The first one went well. I mean, it went well. We did some unamplified jazz. I think we're going to survive, hopefully with loans and the new, if the bill gets passed, we should definitely survive. I think our record speaks for itself. We've had 0 noise complaints. We've had 0 issues with the SLA. We hold an A. We pay our guys $15 an hour, even though we're not, required to because we're under however many employees. We've been visited by the DOB, the DOT, the health department, fire department, 8 to 10 COVID inspections. Usually the reaction is that we're making life easy on them because we're not trying to build complete structures, and we're leaving 2 of the walls fully open when we do the outside parking deck instead of creating a space that is confined. We're at 21 people now at 35%, and that's because we're working from the number of 60. We're allowed to work from the number of 74, but 60 is probably more reasonable as occupancy. So we're going pretty conservative on everything we do there. We've had 0 employees infected with COVID throughout the entire time. We have 100% of our employees at least through the first stage of their vaccination.
Thank you so much. And you, before I proceed with any other question, I'd like to have the recommendation from the 33rd precinct. Officer Brown.
Hi, good evening again. It's Officer Brown from the 3-3 precinct. In regards to the 3-3, this is actually a model location. We have no complaints for noise, no loud music complaints. This location during the whole pandemic, we received no complaints for social distancing, for mask compliance. And also I know double parking is kind of an issue in the 3-3 precinct. This location has no double parking complaints as well. So from the 3-3 perspective, this is a model location. We have no complaints, and we appreciate everything they bring to the community.
Thank you so much, Officer Brown, for this very wonderful input and insight into how a business should be operated. And you're very happy to hear all this. Your application deadline is on the 31st of this month. Have you received your certificate or not yet?
No, I believe we have to check back on the mailing. We are closed 3 days a week. So sometimes through this, actually getting physical mail has been a bit difficult, but I think we can ask for it to be resent. No, I'm not holding the new certificate yet. We still are waiting to receive.
If you see that you don't get it by next week, perhaps you want to call SLA and see if that can be expedited, and or if you can pick it up in person either in Albany and or 125th Street. Very well. Any question from residents? Comments? Committee members? Seeing none, before I go, Maria, you do have a question. Please, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. No, just wanted to to just kind of comment and echo on what the 33rd precinct just said regarding the fact that this establishment does not have any 311 calls, issues regarding social distancing. I do appreciate that. You know, you've clearly been taking things very seriously and commend you, and I hope you continue to do so. I also wanted to flag, which I think is, again, a good example of how businesses should be operating in the community, the public notice that was put on the front door of the establishment, letting everyone know. So thank you.
Excellent point, Mariel. Well taken. Before I proceed to a vote, Robin, please see that if you can record the meeting by audio or both audio and visual, so you can have all these comments put into the minutes. Because comments like this from a board member like Mariel and also 33rd Precinct complimenting this establishment is something that ought to be on the record. Having said that, I recommend that we go to straight vote if there are no oppositions.
Yes, second.
You're right.
So we'll go to a vote. So on item 2, again, this is item 2 on the agenda. Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Waliz?
Yes.
Waliz? Okay. Mariel?
Yes.
And I think I have everybody, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I'm here. Rosie. Rosie's in.
Rosie, how
Yes.
are you?
I'm
How do you
doing
vote?
well. Yes.
How do you? Great. All right. So this, congratulations, it passes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unanimously with 7 yeses. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Angel. Keep doing a great job. It will be a place that, perhaps the committee should pay a visit to support our small businesses, because businesses like this ought to be rewarded as well. And we hope to probably spend some money there sometime soon.
Thank you. We hope to open up a few more, or at least one more spot in the neighborhood. So we hope that the goodwill continues.
All right. Good evening. So next on the agenda is item 3, and this is under a class change. It's the State Liquor Authority class change 3. It's Taco Inn Corp., DBA Taco Inn Taqueria. It's located at 1495 St. Nick Avenue. It's at the corner of West 185th Street. Are you still present, Taqueria? Hello? Item 3. Are you present, Taco?
Yes, I am.
Great, welcome.
Thank you.
For the purpose of the records, please tell us your name and affiliation to this establishment.
Margarita Ortiz. Soy la dueña, la presidenta.
I'm the owner.
Margarita Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Ortiz. This is a class change, which means that this operator would like to move up in the ranks in getting from a Beer 1 license to a full liquor license.
Es un cambio de licencia. Okay.
Sí.
So let me just say before I let Margarita proceed, this is by far one of my best Mexican restaurants that I can ever visit. It's a great place. The prices are fair, the service is great, and the food is second to none. Very authentic Mexican food, and by far, to my taste, the finest. Congratulations, Margarita. Can you please tell us a little bit what is or why you like to have a class change for this establishment?
¿Nos puede contar el por qué que quiere cambiar su estado de clase?
Sí, muchas gracias, Isidro, por la
Yes.
recomendación.
Thank you, Isidro, for the recommendation.
Es muy importante este cambio para nosotros porque pues nosotros estamos creando algo mexicano, que tenga novedad en el área de Washington Heights.
It's very important to have this class change because we're trying to create something very new, very novel in the neighborhood of Washington Heights.
Nosotros pusimos el servicio de la cerveza de barril, que es algo innovador, algo que casi nadie tiene en el área, entonces hay personas que
So
no
we've
nada más-
got, we're putting on a service of a keg service for, which is something that's no one else, hardly anyone has in the neighborhood.
y pues igual la gente pues quiere algo diferente, ¿no? Algo familiar. Yo quiero traer algo muy bonito de nuestra cultura mexicana al área. Y pues por eso es que nosotros decidimos la expansión, ¿no? Hacerlo más grande para estar más cómodos, para brindar mejor servicio a nuestros clientes y claro, también enfocarnos mucho en la comida mexicana auténtica.
So we're trying to, expand what we have, which is a very authentic, Mexican, cultural representation, and a place that's very comfortable for our clients to enjoy, and we would like this expansion for that reason.
Very well, thank you so much. I can always say that based on my experience there, this establishment is always clean, and on the last health inspection, they received an A, which is really, really good, Margarita.
Siempre son limpios y la última vez recibieron un A, grado A de limpieza.
Sí.
Yep.
Very well. I will now allow the 34th precinct to please give us a recommendation about this establishment. Officer Tavera or Officer M, can you please tell us your input?
Quiero escuchar la recomendación de la precinto de policía 34.
How you doing? This is Officer Aim from the 34th Precinct. In regards to Taco Inn, we've only had 4 311 noise complaints in 2020, which is not much, just mainly consisting of the loud music and DJ. But other than that, Taco Inn has been there for a long time. They've been a good business. We have no further objections. That's good.
Solamente hemos recibido 4 quejas del tipo 31 por la música un poco tan alta, pero aparte de esto, ha estado un negocio muy bueno, muy excelente en el barrio.
Do I have any comments or questions from our attendees and residents?
¿Tengo
I see them.
preguntas?
Committee members,
I have one question, Isidro.
please.
Do they have in their method of operation, DJ and some of the other things they're using?
Let me check.
Tienen un DJ en su método de operación.
No.
No.
They have no DJ in the meth operation. Margarita, yes, please.
Isidro, esas llamadas que fueron hechas, esos complaints que fueron hechos, fueron
These
hechos
complaints that
cuando
were done?
fueron hechos cuando dejaron en el verano que fue poner mesas afuera. Isidro, es algo que yo no puedo controlar. Usted sabe, Washington Heights, las gentes se ponen en los carros afuera de los negocios, es algo bien difícil. Ponen la música, entonces la gente cree que es mi música, pero realmente no es mi música porque la policía llegó y no encontró nada. O sea, porque yo no tengo ni DJ ni nada. Eran los carros, lógico, que están afuera siempre. O la misma gente que siempre pasa con las bocinas, poniendo música, todo lo que da, hasta las 2, 3, 4 de la mañana.
All right, so just on the subject of those complaints that we received, I just want to clarify, those happened during the summer when we were outside and had outside dining. And, this was something that was the patrons and the people on the street in the restaurant. This had nothing to do with me having a DJ or music coming out of my restaurant. This is Washington Heights, and it was just street people.
Right. So just to follow up, so 34th Precinct, are you changing what you said? Well, was there a DJ? Because just to have a clear conversation.
Entonces,
34th Precinct said that, so.
34, ¿puede aclarar para nosotros si había un DJ o no?
That's for the 34th Precinct. 34th Precinct, are you still on?
Yes, Officer Aim.
So-
I just get this information from the 311 system that we have here. Those are the complaints that people have made. It's only 4, you know, it's not like it's a lot of them. And they do list the establishment as the cause. So, you know, that's what I'm reading here. So.
Okay. Just
Very
curious.
well.
Pues solamente que estoy leyendo que recibimos estas quejas por el sistema 311 y sí enumeraron que fue del lugar, pero solamente tengo la información escrito, nada más.
Very well. So this complaint came from a 311 call that stated that there was a DJ and therefore the noise was too loud. But taking from what the 34 is telling me, if I'm not mistaken, this came from a 311 call, and that's how this report is being filed. Do I have any question from other committee members?
Isidro, it's Leo.
Leo's on the call. Leo's just joined us. Welcome, Leo.
What's going on, guys? So
Thank
I have
you
a
so
question for, well, not a question, maybe a suggestion, a stip. So maybe the owner can put her contact information or a contact information so that whenever anybody has issues in the community, they can direct a call to her. And also maybe, you know, not approach the patrons that are outside with the cars parked. Obviously it's dangerous, but maybe have signs around the outdoor seatings of no double parking, no parking near the business, just to prevent you know, ongoing complaints in the future. The business I've frequented in the past, and it's actually a pretty good business. So I want to see them do good.
Thank you so much, Leo, for the input. So it's a great idea. I think that is something that should be had. So Margarita, the committee is requesting that you put a telephone number somewhere outside of the establishment that is visible, that if a resident will have a complaint, that they will call someone and that issue will be addressed right there and then. Also a sign about no double parking, just to prevent noises and issues that might be attached to your business, even though it might not be. So that can clear some of the dark clouds that might hang out around that area, because I know the area inside out and I know what you're saying. Please translate.
Tenemos dos sugerencias, ¿no? Que uno, que si puede poner como un tipo de letrero afuera del negocio con su información de contacto, que puede la gente de la comunidad, si tienen cualquier tipo de queja, si lo pueden conectar con usted directamente en vez de la policía. Y también un tipo de letrero que dice que no se puede estacionar doble enfrente del lugar. Y esto posiblemente le ayudaría con este problema. Sí.
Okay, gracias.
Very well. So committee members, based on these two set stipulations about the double parking signage and also a phone number to be clearly displayed on the side, can we proceed to a vote if there are no objections?
Yes.
Seeing that, Gerard.
So this is again for item 3, Taco Inn Corp., DBA Taco Inn Taqueria for a class change. Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, I vote yes. Cindy?
Yes.
Great. Robin?
Yes.
Waldiz?
Yes.
Marielle?
Yes.
Rosie?
Yes.
Okay. And Leo?
Yes.
Great. I think that's all for the committee.
Hey, Gerard, this is Angel. I've joined.
Angel.
And I'm a yes.
Wonderful. Greetings.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This passes unanimously with 9 yeses. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, committee members. This application passes. Margarita, so now you have, if everything goes well with SLA, a full liquor license, which means that you will have more responsibilities. Please be sure that you train your staff very well so that you will have an impeccable record as you have now. Congratulations.
Ok, felicidades que hemos pasado y confirmado su licencia de licor. Y por favor, si se puede entrenarse muy bien a sus empleados para que pueda seguir con su historia excelente.
Gracias.
Well, she's not going anywhere because she's on item 4. So item 4 is Taco Inn Corp., DBA Taco Inn Taqueria. And this is for an alteration license. Again, for State Liquor Authority, alteration license, item 4. Greetings again.
Thank you. You're right. So I don't have to provide any background about this establishment. The idea is that they're expanding. This is the second space that they take over the area. I've been following the growth very closely, and I'm happy to see what they have added to the establishment. I was there maybe 3 or 4 days ago. Really nice, very classy. The only thing that I feel a little bit uncomfortable, Margarita, I'm going to be open with you, is that I don't see any mariachi.
Okay. So, he visitado el lugar hace unos días. Me gusta mucho lo que han hecho. Es muy, muy lindo. Y la única cosa que me falta un poco es que no veo mariachi.
Ok, en cuanto termine la pandemia, Isidro, olvídese que eso viene para su cumpleaños.
I'm a fan of mariachi for many, many years. And I like to have that fine food that you have there being accompanied by really good mariachi band. So I'm looking forward to that.
Soy gran aficionado de la comida, pero también de los mariachis y espero verlos, ¿no? Cuando salimos de esto.
Margarita, if you're so kind, please elaborate a little bit as to what is the expansion and tell us more or less what you have done with the place so that committee members and obviously the residents will have a better understanding as to how you are expanding this establishment.
Si se puede añadir un poco más, contarnos exactamente qué han hecho y sus planes con la expansión.
Sí, claro. Bueno, antes que nada, estoy muy feliz porque pues ahora podemos emplear más personas, ¿no? Con esta situación que estamos pasando, hay mucha gente que no tiene empleo, perdió su trabajo. Entonces, esta es una plataforma de que yo estoy, antes yo tenía solamente 4 empleados, ahora tengo alrededor de 20. Entonces,
One thing that I really like is, I'm going to be able to employ more people in the community. A lot of people have lost their jobs. I used to only have 4 employees, and now I've got somewhere around 20.
Entonces, esa es una cuestión muy importante para nosotros, darle oportunidad a nuestra gente, ¿no? Y pues igual, vuelvo a repetir, enseñar la cultura mexicana, que es una cultura que muy bonita, como dice usted, Isidro, con los mariachis, la música, la comida y todo eso. Y qué mejor, ¿no? Que hacerlo más cómodo para la gente. Realmente nosotros solamente empezamos con un baño, después hicimos otro, ahora tenemos 5 baños, ¿no? Pensando siempre en el bienestar de nuestros clientes.
So, a big part of this also, apart from being able to employ more people, is just, for me, is to bring the beauty of my culture, as you mentioned, Isidro, all the stuff that you love about it, the great music, the mariachis, the food. And, it's just about creating a bigger space, more comfortable space for people. We started with 1 bathroom and now we're up to 5. So.
Thank you so much. So for the information for the precinct, Officer Tavera, this is the name. This is an expansion on the property on San Nicolas Avenue going south. So it will be on the south side. The expansion, you might not see it because of the outside dining, but that's the new expansion that they will have. I believe that before there was a jewelry store there, and that's what Taco is going to expand or has expanded already. So Officer Brown, what's the opinion 34 precinct?
We have no objection to that.
No tenemos objeción.
Thank you so much, Officer Tavera and Aim. Do I have any questions from our committee members? Seeing none, I recommend that we go to straight vote. Gerard, please proceed.
Very good. So again, this is for item 4, and this is for an alteration for Taco Inn Corp. Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, I vote yes. Cindy,
Yes.
okay, Robin,
Yes.
Waldiz,
Yes.
Marielle,
Yes.
Rosie,
Yes.
Angel. Angel? Or we'll come back. Leo?
Yes.
Leo is yes. And
Yes.
Angel, you with us? Angel? All right, so we're going to we're gonna move, I guess, forward, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It passes with 8 yes votes. Congratulations.
Gerard,
Felicidades, pasa con 8 votos.
Gracias.
I think that there were 9 of us here.
Angel didn't answer twice, or 2 or 3 times.
Okay, so it's 800, right?
Yeah, I left him out on that one.
Okay, so let's for the record, Robin put the Angel didn't vote on this matter. He was out. All right. Very well. Margarita, congratulations. Continued success. And keep on employing our local people with very needed jobs. Congratulations.
Felicidades, que se sigue con su éxito y por favor que se sigue empleando gente de la comunidad.
Gracias.
Necesitamos.
Gracias.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
All right, so the next on the agenda is State Liquor Authority new licenses, and this is on-premise liquor, and this is for Buddha Corp. It's 1654A, and it's St. Nick Avenue. It's at the corner of West 193rd Street. And again, this is for a new on-premise liquor license for Buddha Corp. Are you present?
Yes, I'm present.
Great, great.
For the purpose of the minutes, please tell us your name and affiliation to this entity.
My name is Guillermo Gonzalez. I'm the owner. Planning to be the operator.
Is it Guillermo?
Yes, Guillermo Gonzalez.
Very well. Thank you so much.
I'm the representative on this application, everyone. Good
And
evening.
we have Aurelia as the representative. Let me have a chat now with perhaps with either Benicio and or Chanel. Chanel, we received an email around 6:24, and I'd like to know, because I don't understand about the content of the email. It was
the email included the questionnaire, and I believe the menu, as well as like an Inwood merchant letter. And let me see what else. Sorry.
Amika, I'm on a community board meeting.
All right, so there is
and
we have the questionnaire, right?
Yes.
That's what was missing from what I gathered.
Oh, and a certificate of occupancy.
No, the questionnaire is there, guys.
Yeah, it
It's
is
one-
there.
Oh, okay.
What I don't see, maybe I'm just not looking at this thing right, is the floor plan and
The floor plan is attached right after the menu. You see it on the email.
Chanel. Did you send that over to me? Maybe I didn't pick it up. The floor plan and the menu.
The floor plan is where the menu is. You just scroll down and it's under.
And the menu as well, right?
Yeah.
So you can attest that a menu and the floor plan has been attached, even though I don't
Yes.
have it in the presence. Very well, that's enough for me. So this applicant came here before last month, and the committee rejected based on many opposition from residents. And from what I recall, Gerard and the rest of the committee members, perhaps you can assist me. We kind of indicated that it was a good idea if they would meet with the residents in the area, have a conversation to see how and if this can be achieved. And we requested for them to come back to the committee to see if that conversation took place. And if that has taken place, then I would like to open up the floor quickly. Has that conversation taken place?
Yes. We have 200 signatures in support of this application from local residents. We hope that before the next before the full board meeting, we're able to meet with some of the residents within the COVID is not really permitting that to be done. Meet within the building with the residents. Well, we were able to get signatures in support of the application from residents in the area. So I hope that going forward, we tried to meet with one of the key members that was complaining and saying that this was going to be a noisy establishment, but we haven't even given this location an opportunity to open. It was used to be a grocery store. So how can we attest to the noise?
Before we go on, so you said that you have over 200 residents' signature supporting this establishment.
Yes.
Did you send that copy to the
We forwarded it to you guys as well. I can provide it before the full board meeting
now,
for you.
I didn't seem to get a copy of that. Did you get a copy?
I did not have a copy.
Very well, thank you so much. So having said that, committee members, you can check the record. The last time I came here was an objection, and I don't know if the officers, in this case, Officer Tavera and Amy, I think that you recall the specifics of this establishment, which is on San Nicolas and around 193rd. You stressed many issues about, and not least dealing with parking, double parking issue. The fact that this establishment has a large capacity of how many members?
74.
74, apologies. So having said that, Officer Taveras, what is the opinion of the 34 on this matter? And I understand that you have already submitted some opinion, but for the record, we would like to have that if you don't mind.
Yes, this is Officer Aim. So I just want to note that this has nothing to do with the establishment, but historically on West 193 in St. Nick, it has always been a hotspot for us, the NYPD, with 311, with 911 jobs. There's been a lot of disorderly groups on that intersection, on the corners. And as everyone knows, the double parkers more north on St. Nick towards the end, like 193, is a lot worse than more south on St. Nicholas. So
Yeah.
we just want to make everyone aware of that information.
Very well. At this point, I see that there is, we do have residents that are willing to be part of this conversation. And at this point, I'm going to first recognize our board member. And Marielle, if you don't mind, we can leave your questions once we are in committee session, if you don't mind. Committee members only session. Would that be okay with you? Sure. But now let me first recognize Gabriela Estrella. Gabriela, you have the floor for 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, and good evening again. Appreciate the comments made from the 34th precinct. As a resident at 114 George Hill, which is right in across the street from the establishment, I have voiced my opposition to this type of business. And quite frankly, as you mentioned, Isidro, this application was seen from the board a few months ago, and nothing has changed. We still have a church across the street from the establishment. We still have the same residential area. We have the same schools. And as the officer from the 34th precinct mentioned, we have the same issues concerning about double parking, noise, and many other things. As I said before, I am not against business. That's, I want that to be clear. But because of the area where this business wants to operate and the kind of business that wants to operate, including the alcohol and everything else, I think this is not, this is not the area to have that business. In regards of the 200 signatures that Aurelia has mentioned that she has collected, I am really curious to know whose signatures are these from, because I'm sure that we haven't signed anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. I will now move for attendees. Mary, you have 2 minutes, and Eileen, you are pending. Mary, you have 2 minutes, please.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I live at 11 Fort George Hill, the building across the street from Buddha Corporation. And in regards to they have reached out to the community, this is blatantly false. I went by the establishment today. They did not post notice of this meeting. There was considerable objections from the community when this was this license was previously presented to the whole committee. And I believe that they did not post notice of this meeting to, in fact, prevent opposition from being heard tonight. I found out by accident, and I'm here to strenuously oppose you even considering this application without them having put a notice on the door. Also, what Gabriela said, nothing has changed since the last time. And I would also like to know how many of those 200 signatures live anywhere near this corner, which, as the officers from the 33rd precinct said, is a hot spot for all kinds of complaints. And it just doesn't seem like the right spot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Aurelia, you can respond. You have 2 minutes.
Hi, everyone. Mary and Gabriela, he has tried to reach out to the building residents. We did do our posting. We did it actually last month. And then now I have to check on if he put it in the front this month. And for that, Mary, I will double check. We're not trying to evade meeting with the members. I would love to meet with you, Gabriela. They're actually doing earlier closing hours, so there are changes. We're closing at 2 a.m. weeknights, weekends, and on Sunday at midnight. All of this is subject to change. But see, if we don't work with these applicants, you can just put a restaurant there without a liquor license and sell straight out food, and you'll have no input. If you're able to work with the owners, you'll be able to work on things that work for your residents, for your, I don't want anybody making noise when I'm sleeping. So I understand the concerns, but this is COVID. These are people who have invested. These are people who want to give jobs to our community. And this is a balance. So I think if everyone meets, Gabriela, I would be happy to meet with you and your team before the full board meeting and work out terms that are amenable to to the residents across the street and the area. And there are things that have changed. He's ATAP certifying everybody at the location. So nobody's going to be overly intoxicated, and they're not trying to violate the rules, because we have to come back to the community board every time they renew and every time issues occur. And that's the quickest way to lose your license and your investment. So he's not trying to do that.
Very well. So Eileen, you're next, and Deborah, you are pending. Eileen, you have 2 minutes, please.
Yes, and I would like to ask first for a clarification and ask it. It's not part of my minute. We sent one of our resident sent a letter. Will that be circulated to the members or not? Excuse me, I don't-
Chanel, can you, do we have that letter that you know of? I don't recall
It's
seeing.
from, it's from Gerard. It's a very important letter. It
Yes.
should be circulated to the board.
Gerard,
Ebenezer has that, and Ebenezer could get that to
This meeting,
Chanel.
It's for your people to look at. It's a
Right,
real
right.
serious letter.
So what we can say is Ebenezer, Chanel circulated to the committee members.
Now,
Well,
now,
sorry.
so that you can read it now before you make a decision. It's important that this be considered.
what is that to be considered? You sent in a letter? That's what
I
you're
did
saying?
already. I sent it to you, to Ebenezer, to Gerard,
Right.
this evening before the meeting, because I wanted it to go to the. to
At
the
what time do you
committee.
send this, Eileen?
About 6:25, just before.
There's no way that I can read a letter 5 minutes before I'm going to join my committee. And we're making exceptions. Eileen, just give me a second, please. We're making exceptions in allowing some documents to come in before the meeting starts. This is going to end once we go to normalcy, because we accept documents only and up until Friday before the meeting. So I'll give you a minute so you can read that letter. And if you have it handy, please read it. And you have 1 minute, Eileen.
And then I still have my 2 minutes, please, okay?
No, you still have 1 minute left to read your letter.
This is a clarification on process. Okay, first off, let me just say that the Buddha has not shown good faith. The SLA requires 10 days notice. I have looked every single day at that store, and there's been no notice. And the notice is, so that's one, it's just not there. So you have, don't do it. The church is still there. These are all requirements of SLA, and they're just being ignored. Now, I also want to look at the fact that the focus of this is entertainment, late night entertainment and alcohol. To have, if it was a restaurant, you wouldn't need to be open till 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's the draw. And the open doors means that the whole open front out onto the street means it's a canyon. We have noise all the way up and down the block. We have nothing to do it. We have no protection against it. Right now, there is no control. You cannot talk about stipulations. Stipulations are words. They have no basis in reality. So you can put up a sign, you can put up big signs, but there's no enforcement. It's not by the owner, it's not by the police. So what you're doing is providing words to cover you. The reality is the people in the community have no possibility for recourse for all the noise that will come in. So I really don't understand why Community Board 12 and the License Committee is looking at an application that failed once and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And you're considering it again at the expense of thousands of people that live in this area.
Just start off.
We also have seniors.
Eileen, just give me 1 second. Who's keeping the time?
She's got 13 more seconds.
Eileen, so take another 20 seconds for my interruption.
Okay, well then I would like to refer to Gerard's letter. Gerard's letter is saying the role of the community board is to take care of the community. And here we are saying this establishment will only aggravate what we already have been suffering. It will only make it worse. More cars will come into the area. They can't park. They will roam around. They'll have loud music going on. It will only add to it. You are attracting people from outside. This is not an establishment for the local people in this area. It's for people to come into with the music. Okay, we are a residential area at this end, and it would be overwhelming with this noise. It is pretty well known that bars are not really famous for being surrounded by clean pavements. People don't throw their trash into garbage cans. They throw their trash onto the street. This phenomenon can be seen throughout the city.
That's time. That's time.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Before I consider Deborah. I would like for Aurelia to respond for no more than 2 minutes. Aurelia.
Ms. King, we can close, we can work on earlier closing hours. But again, this is a negotiation to make the residents happy, but also these are bringing jobs that are going to be needed in this area. I'd rather have jobs than crime. And I don't know if you guys remember Seawalk Restaurant, surrounded by residential buildings, completely opposed to this application. It is one of the best restaurants on the Dykeman Strip, and the residents and everyone is happy with the operation. And this was the same situation. Everybody was up in arms, and that restaurant has been a pristine key element of employment, key element of model business, and everybody has been very happy with it. So I think, Ms. King, before we jump to conclusions, why don't we give the applicant an opportunity? We can work on the hours. As a matter of fact, we could even start restaurant wine instead of full liquor so that they earn their trust of the community. Ms. Estrella, we'd be happy to talk about it, and with earlier closing hours. These guys got to get up and open. We can't continue to run around and not be able to have a profitable business in a Spanish restaurant without a liquor license is might as well, and then I'm talking liquor, wine, and beer. Without that, it might as well close these doors. We're not bringing in outside neighbors. We're trying to service the community.
Very well. Having said that, now we'll entertain Deborah for 2 minutes, and after that, I'm going to ask committee members for questions and input. Deborah, you have 2 minutes.
Timer's on.
I believe that Deborah might not be. Let's give it like some time, Gerard. Maybe she's having audio problem.
Yep. I'm sorry, Deborah has problems understanding what's going on. I'll try to call her and find out what happens.
Oh, is she a Spanish speaker?
No, she's not. Deborah Claiborne.
Oh.
No, it has to do with technology. Okay, I'm not sure. I told her she raises her hand, and I don't know if she's on a phone or on the.
So while she fixes this technical issue, I'd like to recognize Marielle.
Trying to get you.
Marielle, you had a question. Please proceed.
Did you click on unmute?
Please mute. Please mute. We are having a meeting.
Thank you.
Marielle.
Yes, no, just wanted a couple of things. I mean, there's a lot of kind of back and forth.
I
and
don't know what to say. Did you click on?
Eileen, please mute your
I did mute. I did mute.
You're disrupting the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen, for muting. So yeah, my point is, yes, we recognize that there are a lot of concerns and issues in the community or in that area regarding noise and double parking and so on and so forth. But I think there is some validity to giving the actual business a chance, the business itself. It's not fair to the business itself to, just not give it that chance to at least prove itself. So that's something that I would just kind of like to put out there. What I will say, though, on the opposite end, regarding the outreach to the community.
Can you hear me now?
Deborah, we're in a meeting, so please mute until you're, Deborah, mute until you're called, please. There's someone speaking.
Thank you, Deborah.
I want to respect her. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. And so what I did want to say, though,
Am I still unmuted?
You're unmuted, Deborah, and interrupting somebody.
Thank you. But what I did want to say, though, on the opposite side, in terms of community outreach, I mean, I do hope that there's a little bit more effort put into actually reaching out to the community. And it's a poor excuse to say, oh, well, we can't meet the community because of COVID. We're all online here. It's something as, maybe flyers in some of the establishments with a Zoom link, or a phone or a conference line where residents can join and have the opportunity to speak and raise some of the concerns that they have. So again, just kind of two issues on both sides for everyone to consider. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marielle. At this point, Deborah, you will have an opportunity now to address the committee. You have 2 minutes. You can unmute yourself now. Deborah, you are being recognized for 2 minutes. If not, we'll proceed with continue with our committee members' input. Besides Maria, do we have any other committee members that would like to have an input?
I would second what we just heard from Marielle, that especially after the last meeting with all the issues, and you can see that there is real concern in this community, that good faith really would have had interaction with community, not getting signatures. Nobody asked at the last meeting that signatures would be guiding in support. The request was that there would be a real authentic outreach to people that live in that community. That was what was requested, not someone's running for office. And that could have been done. And this community.
Actually, that was done,
Well, no,
Gerard. I called everybody and their mother for Gabriella's phone number so we could meet with the meeting. Isidro can attest, and no one would connect, and there's only so much we can do. We've been to this table before, and this goes both ways. The because a restaurant.
Ariella, you had your time to speak.
Please, Ariella, please allow Gerard to finish his statement. Thank you.
Sorry, Gerard.
So no problem. So I mean, when I look at all these faces, and there's a significant amount of people that are opposed to this, then I'm not judging what you did, Ariel, but what I'm saying is it doesn't seem, at the very least, that there was sufficient outreach if people are still coming to this and referencing and showing concern. So in justice to them, as well as the business, because you're trying to create an environment of trust so that both can do well here, then it just doesn't seem that the community has felt like they've been interacted with enough. So I would really strongly urge you to reach back out and try to reach out and speak with these individuals or subgroups. There's Zoom. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Gerard. And you are the second committee members that we would like to have this meeting of the mind. And I must say that Aurelia did contact me to get information to reach out to some board members. But as you know, it's policy of our community board not to share contact information. Having said that, I think that in order for this to move forward, and I also understand Maria's concern about giving people an opportunity, we fully understand that, we support that. But taking into account that this has so many residents in opposition, the ask, I think, still remains, which is to see what the owner and the representatives, and even perhaps involve the NYPD, to see how a meeting can be had in order to alleviate some of the concerns, and perhaps change the hours if that is something that can be negotiated, perhaps starting with a different license and not a full liquor license. Perhaps, start with a beer and wine license, work yourselves up, see how you guys are interacting with our community members. And I think that at this point, I highly recommend that this meeting be scheduled. Otherwise, I don't see this committee moving forward or approving this this application. That's what I get from the committee members, and or less. There are other committee members that would like also to say something on this matter. The floor is always open for you members.
So, Sid, may I say something, please?
Yes, sure.
Well, I understand the concern about the neighbors around the business, but we had to know that we have a lot of neighbors, not only them, right? Let's say an example, we continue like that, the way it is. At the end of the day, we're not gonna have business. We're not gonna have a job for people who need to work. People who need to support the family. So I understand that what this is, kind of hard, but we live in New York City. You know what I mean? Like, let's say an example. How come they always judge business that they live around and saying things that may not be? Well, I'm not saying that Maria, she found 200 signature. Maybe that might be the case. nobody can judge that how she can find 200 signature. You know what I mean? So we have 10,000 people around that area. That's an example. We're not gonna knock the door for all of them. We can knock the door for the one who wants the business there.
I understand what you're saying. It's hard for us to prove or disprove, right? I'd like to hear from other committee members.
Is it certain that it wasn't posted, Isidro? Do we know that? I mean, that's important.
Yeah,
And
well, that's really extremely important. I do not know if it was posted or not. I did not walk over there. I know that, for example, Taco Inn had the public notice because I walked by. But this time around, you're right, I don't know.
Is there anyone on this call that lives there that saw it up or says they didn't see it up? And Adiela, you could speak up too.
I wanted to put in a comment, or a question actually. Is it within our committee's purview to demand these signatures?
No.
So it was just by good faith that the restaurant decided to collect these signatures?
Right.
Because that is not within our purview.
Correct.
Okay.
I have another question following up on that. For the signatures, how many are residents within that area, within the radius of, like, let's say within the 5-block radius?
Like 10,000.
Okay. So yeah, to me that sounds fair.
If I'm reading the committee correctly, and please feel free and jump in, because we need to find a road onto how we're going to make this work or not work. This is the feeling of the committee that we will request for them to meet and ask the applicants to withdraw, or do you as committee members would like to see this application move forward and have a vote on the matter?
Can I have one more clarifying question?
Yes, please.
And I apologize. I got a work call came in that I had to take, so I didn't get to hear the part of the precinct. What was the precinct? What was the precinct's thoughts? If someone could just summarize.
Yeah, they have voiced an opposition because of the double parking issue. Disorderly groups all around that particular establishment. And they said that double parking has gotten a lot worse. That was some of the take from the 34th precinct. Officer Aim, if I'm not mistaken, please feel free to jump in.
Yes, this is Officer Aim. Historically, on West 193 in St. Nick, it's always been a hot spot for us with the 311 jobs and the 911 jobs, especially on that north side of St. Nick near 193. We always had disorderly groups on the corners, and the double parking situation, is bad all around in that northern part of St. Nick. Especially in front of the establishment, there's a bus stop, so we don't want that getting congested as well. So that's why we're opposed to this. Thank you.
Committee members, would it be okay to ask the applicant to see how they would like to proceed?
I agree with asking the applicant if they would like to. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Aurelia, based on the concerns on different ends, would you like to proceed with the process, or would you like to withdraw the application and try to have a meeting with the residents and come to some agreement, perhaps with them, and then you all can come as a unified body and present this back to committee in the future?
Well, I'd like to leave. The last time we left this meeting, we had no communication with any of the residents of the building. I'd like their email, and we can schedule a meeting so that we have evidence that we are reaching out. And so, because I would withdraw this application and meet with the committee. But why can't it be a stipulation like we've done with meet with the members, the residents of the building, meet with the precinct, and work out these things, because parking is an issue all over Washington Heights. noise is an issue all over Washington Heights. This isn't novel to this particular establishment, and all of that has been worked out in the past with other businesses. So can we stipulate to anything to get this?
I cannot speak on behalf of 34th precinct, but there are particular areas that are very, very restricted. 193rd and Broadway, where Casa Criolla used to be at, that's a no-no area for double parking. This particular area is a no-no because of the downhill. That'll be the only connection that folks will have access to Broadway. And I can understand some of the risks that the officer perhaps have not highlighted, but it could be an issue, which is, in case of an emergency, what are we going to do? So let me now go back to the attendees, which include residents and board members like Gabriela, Estrella, also Eileen, and also Mary and Deborah. Do you guys want to share information before we come to a conclusion? Perhaps you can have a meeting. Would that be something that you will be open to? I would check with Gabriela, Mary, also Deborah. Please feel free and tell us how you feel. Gabriela.
Yes, thank you. Again, I am not anti-business, but I think there's other ways that we can push making an income, especially in this neighborhood. There is a reason why SLA denied the application. So we also have to consider that. On another end, I am not the building, I am not the neighborhood, I am not, I'm just a resident. So I will definitely ask the other, residents of this building and other, places, if they are in the chat, that they can voice their concerns. But again, this is not about denying a chance to a business. This is not denying that jobs created for our neighborhood. This is beyond, that, and specifically the location that this business is placed. So I will appreciate, Isidro, if other members, as you mentioned, are also able to express their concern. Thank you very much.
This is Eileen. Is it permitted to talk?
Please.
You're on mute, Isidro.
Okay, I think we have to understand that we who live here have a public health and a public safety issue. We have been suffering. Last summer was excruciating, and nothing could be done to protect us. Over and over again, relentless noise. You are asking us to give favorable support to a business whose model is based on music entertainment till 2 a.m. in the morning on weekends, that is impossible for a residential community.
That's why we want to meet.
You can't do it. Please, I don't interrupt you, don't interrupt me. We cannot, this business model intrinsically is wrong for this neighborhood, for that corner. You have no place to put where the cars can go. It's already a disaster. It's already full of roaming cars. And now you're going to create an attraction for people to come there from other parts of the city. It does not make sense. And it's very bad. And basically, friends in the licensing committee, when somebody does not do a 10-day notice, come on, why do you have the rule if you don't enforce it? That's what I also have to say.
Very well. I'm trying to read some of the comments. Aurelia is saying that let's meet and change the hours. Then someone, Juby, wrote on behalf of another resident of 11 Fort George. my family and I are also strong, and I'm also strong opposed this type of business. Very well. Who's this?
Oh, Rosie.
Rosie, please.
So I have a suggestion. If the community does not want to meet, should we just proceed in voting, or should we just give Ariela the chance of trying to meet with the community? Because it seems that a lot of people are against the meeting.
So I think that, idea is for a meeting to take place, but I didn't hear any option from the resident that I like to meet. And if they're not going to meet, it makes it a little bit difficult for the merchant, to convince them to meet. So sooner or later, we have to make a decision on this matter. Taking into account that residents don't want to meet.
Let's see, that's what the liquor authority does not want to hear. That residents do not want to meet and discuss with the owners and voice their concerns. So the liquor authority will make the decision for you. Despite your concerns, despite your objections, we want to meet so that all of us can be on a level playing field. So you have access to the owners when there's noise, when there's a concern, because we don't want to be a nuisance because they want to be there for a while. But the liquor authority, this happened, and there is a restaurant called Seawalk Restaurant on the corner of Dykeman Street, and it is there, and this had 10 times more opposition than we're having here today. The liquor, if you don't make a decision as a community, the liquor authority will make it for you. This is pro-business, guys. We're all working to help businesses prosper so that because crime creates, there's no work in the area.
What was that, Gerard?
First off, it's starting to get a little out of control. I'll make a motion. Let's vote.
Oh, shit.
Can I?
Rosie.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I said that. I'll second what Gerard said.
Very well. Before I move on with the motion, which has been seconded, are there any oppositions by committee members to the motion? Seeing no opposition. You got 10 seconds, Aurelia, to see if you're going to withdraw this or not.
I'm going to move forward.
Let's vote.
I'm going to move. Give me 1 second. Let me speak to the owner, but I think we're going to move forward.
Let's proceed with voting.
Okay. So this is for item number 5, just to be clear. It's a state liquor authority. It's a new license. It's on-premise liquor license. It's for Buddha Corp. It's 1654A. It's St. Nick Avenue. It's at the corner of West 193rd Street. Isidro, how do you vote?
No.
Okay. I'll vote no. Cindy?
I'm gonna abstain.
Robin?
Yes.
Waldiz?
Abstain.
Yeah. Marielle?
No.
Rosie?
Yes.
Angel?
Abstain.
Leo?
I'm going to abstain as well.
Yes, and I'm going back. I'm going to abstain on this.
And I'm going to abstain as well, you're right.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to, keep my vote as is. No.
Okay, no problem. So vote is yes. So let me just tally these up, people. So there are 1, 2, 3 yeses and 1, 2, 2 noes and 1, 2, 3, 4 abstentions. So if you add that up, Isidro, I think it does not pass.
Gerard, please read the names as to who votes how.
Sure. So Isidro voted yes.
No.
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 Can everybody mute? It's interrupting this tallying.
I voted no, Gerard.
Okay, so Isidro, your vote no. No. Okay. And I'm sorry, Isidro, no. and Gerard voted abstention. Cindy voted no. Robin,
Gerard, I
No,
voted
no,
abstention.
Cindy abstained.
Cindy's abstending. I'm sorry. Robin, yes. Valdez, abstain. Marielle, no.
Correct.
Rosie, yes. Angel, abstain. Leo, abstain.
So by a vote of 2 to 5, this application fails. Aurelia, I recommend that you try to reach out. I don't know if the members of the residents will be flexible enough to meet, but I think that that's your task. And if that is the case and there is a compromise, please come back to committee. I
Let
like
me ask you, so this vote passes or doesn't pass? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
no, by a vote of 2 to 5, not enough votes for a yes. So this application fails.
Okay, thank you, guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much. So thank you. Good thank you to the staff members at CD12, Chanel, Ebenezer, Paola. Thank you so much. Committee members, thank you again. Robin for taking the minutes, and for the committee members to make a presence here. Thank you so much all. And if there are no positions, I would like to entertain a call to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second, anyone in opposition? Saying none, have a good night. Take care of yourselves and hope to see you soon.
Have a good night. Thank you for the.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.